date, they've been the WNBA's two best. Here's Hole on the drive, floats it up.
A lot on the defensive end, but
Here's Kelsey Mitchell, who's been red hot. Clark looking ahead and finds Boston.
what a great way for Leah.
Courtney Williams playing catch. Williams launches Clark. Clark with that float shot.
Really step up her game.
Mitchell launches. That's in the WNBA, and they've been
Players come alive, not only with their shot, but
year ago seemed destined to finish their last 11 as Clark launches.
the scoring threat this season has just kind of in here, even adapt within the season.
4 games. Smith catching.
You have to be able to put a hand up on
Any team in the WNBA, this is early going in Boston with a massive size
advantage there down low. The ball up there, she does a good job recognizing that. Here, Lexi Hull would have really treasured that.
Here's Kelsey Mitchell, catch and shoot, knocks. Fever shooters in the Minnesota perimeter. Here's Mitchell, head full of steam.
She loves going down here from the left side. So explosive, it's hard to recover.
Boston inside, but Collier more than capable.
It's pretty quicker than the such a great
Get up and down. Here's Clark, catch and shoot. There.
Go back and watch, prepare for it.
Out of the timeout, McBride is open. Williams crossing up hole and from
shooter, but she can also put the ball.
Just checked in. She's a good defender too.
And get to that sweet spot. Respect that these players have for her as for perfection and within herself as well. But see that
has not checked cross court pass. That is a deep 3. Clark looking aggressive. Clark launching.
Difficult shot. She just gets it.
Really picking up the pace is Heidemann.
I think they both want the same thing as far as
See Hull coming up with another steal. Splits the double. In fact, Bentley with the offensive rebound. And
player that again the Fever desperate.
Extra pass. And Lassini. Clark sets up Dantas. And Bria Gossheim pat by Cheryl Reed. Pick up the former. Got a goal here. That's a difficult look. One of the top defenses in the league is in the MVP race. For kick back, here's a fact. Bentley 3. Zandalassini.
With the exact same energy. And
I guess if you're the opponent, but
players to score.
Heidemann attacking Clark. Spot in the WNBA. It's Clark.
I mean, not only with her passing, but also floating.
9 from their second unit. Really strong here.
As well. She couldn't quite stay.
Hines Allen, aggressive take. Scoring here tonight. It just blows by Collier and Lynx.
The scoring threat is exactly what she needs. But we've seen
tested for the 3rd time this season.
Never fun.
Open 3. Now she'll take it. And
day, all hours. And
to a nice start. He's going to beat Boston, who will launch. And
for the success that they've had, it's not going to do what works and play how they.
19 of their 30 year, 24-9. They've already won. Into Mitchell, extra pass. Pass McBride, catch and shoot. The hesitation, Clark the floater.
Here's the halftime reports, whatever the.
It's amazing how quickly that's been. Mitchell into traffic, shot too strong.
Is really what's making this team so special. That makes it tough on the defense to cut in front of you. So that's tough.
Into a double team, lofts it up for Boston.
Just knowing what her teammate was at.
Teams that are trying to lock down their seating. The question. Sets up Collier, who's open, and that. But Collier's having 6 rebounds. And the Sparks take on Angel Reese and Mitchell on the handoff from Boston.
And it's the first time they're going to the playoffs.
They're in this building, too. Look at Hines Allen. Oh, look at Mitchell, Clark. Play.
The Fever, again, it's not always about the mix of
there as Williams on the drive, off balance. Kind of great with the shot clock low, and Boston with Hines Allen skip past Carlton. And
wasn't the best, but she's been able to really buckle.
Iowa State knocking down. Clark fading, fire assist, 4 rebounds. Wrap around pass to Carlton.
That was an extremely difficult pass.
Second half of the season, Alana Smith.
They just put a statement on how the
Boston backing away in, flips it up. Biggs playing catch underneath. Smith, they went into halftime with Smith launching. Boston spinning into a double just with a ton of experience. It'll be great.
But it looks like they've had.
Here's Smith rolling and change that. Bryant gets her offensive rebound.
Just let the plays happen.
And Smith couldn't handle it. Right into the hands of the listings for games in your on the line. Boston threw a made field goal. And Carlton
and have that call.
Mitchell trying to get tonight. Williams feeds inside, smacking the back, stepping back into a deep 2. That's Collier straight over.
Great. If it doesn't, you got to get back on defense.
Boston on the drive, gets inside, and he's carried Indiana offensively.
Collier is an excellent defense.
Years ago, we were trying to hold down number 6. And then
even with a purpose.
Mitchell stealing the 3rd as Collier work on shooter. And Eastern. It's the National Women's Soccer League there. Here's Collier going coast to coast. Create, but everything difficult. Williams firing it inside. Collier hangs up here on Indiana. Mitchell gets it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana. Williams steps into a threat by Carlton. Clark driving on Carlton. Clark hits the three, pulls up, and connects. At least since the month of May. The bench. Mitchell stepping into a deep two. Here from the Lynx and Hines Allen. Here for Indiana. Boston into a quad. Key moment in this game as Allen maybe shuffled her feet.
Opportunity to do that here, but
played Minnesota. Lynx won by 10.
Solid to see if they can get some of the.
Benley off balance, feeds in some. Mitchell on the drive, the floater. With that high-low for Minnesota. Clark trying to create, find some space. By Benley, Collier lines up. Clark's had a good one offensively. Side deep position, Collier missed. Mitchell wide open. Tries to answer, shot too strong. Mitchell putting on the move, shot off the mark there. Carlton corner three here in the fourth after that 29-pointer. Instead looking inside for Boston. And even at times, that's to take a back.
Even college to last year to this year.
Pass, Williams steps into a three. Can't. Mitchell jumping up with Timmy Fack. The crossover. Williams gets inside, floats. Cole turns to Boston. Setting up Clark. A loud crowd to their feet. Smith straight away. Can't hit it. Boston one bounce. Benley to get anything going offensively here. Williams launches. And Samuelson open from the corner. William Clark. Skip pass. Mitchell launches and hit. Williams now in the corner. Carlton launches and Clark step back. Second best record in the league. Step back. Extra pass. Carlton. Big shot from Bridget Carlton. Boston. Another impact play. And the lead is now 8. All of a sudden Clark back for Samuelson. Hit it. Driving on Samuelson. Gets by in 50 seconds. Give him. Here is Clark, difficult about the three. She'll hoist, leaves it short. Carlton started all of this. Benley back for a hole. Under a minute left to play. Running into a double team. Dangerous pass hole nearly.
And she's done a great job of finding
a 4-point lead. So Indiana trying to hold on to 6. Here's Mitchell running. They really set the tone as they headed into the locker room, and they
stay in it. So you have to be able to go.
Back Benley from the corner.
The team to start things back up again. It's the first time they're going to the playoffs.
I think you've got a couple of favorites for Coach of the Year in this building, too. Look at Hines Allen. It's here than each of the last 2 years combined. Oh, look at Mitchell Clark. Play.
Kind of the execution right now for the Fever. Again, it's not always about the mix of it.
Inside, Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Buxton there as Williams on the drive, off bounce.
As well, especially when those shots aren't falling.
Locked down to 5. Boston trying to create with the shot clock low, and Boston will
know where she's at and get ready for that spin move.
Hines Allen skip past Carlton and
come alive. That start of the season wasn't the best, but she's been able to really buckle.
Shooter, 6-year pro out of Iowa State, knocking down. Clark fading, firing from the field. 17 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Pass was deflected into the hands of Hines Allen. Wrap around pass to Carlton.
Trying to get it back. But that was an extremely difficult pass.
Shining here in the second half of the season. Alana Smith.
Come out in this first 4 minutes and really just put a statement on how the
Minnesota threatening here to open up the third. Boston backing away in, flips it up.
Ball here, put it in play.
Biggs playing catch underneath. Smith pick up some of that momentum they went into halftime with. Smith launches. Chicago is taking that another step forward. Boston spinning into a double. They'll head into the playoffs with a ton of experience. It'll be brand.
They have been tested all season long, but it looks like they've had a bit more and more comfortable with each other.
Here's Smith rolling and putting a couple minutes of the third. Clark trying to change that. Brian Williams pulling up from the mid-range. That's a tough look. Gets her offensive rebound.
Those are the ones that I think we should just let the plays happen.
They whip it inside. Smith couldn't handle it. Right into the hands. It's the WNBA on Ion. Check your local listings for games in your playoff matchups on the line. Boston through a Fever have gone 4 minutes now without a made field goal. Carlton.
The momentum, the plays just like that. It's her defender, so just coming up and having that call.
Mitchell trying to get. On her averages here tonight. Williams feeds inside. Mitchell looking aggressive. Mitchell going behind the back, stepping back into a deep two. That's could have got a better look out of their possession. Collier straight away.
Which, if it goes, it's great. If it doesn't, you got to get back on defense. Really big three of the second half.
Boston on the drive, gets inside. A trio of Boston, Mitchell, and Clark has carried Indiana offensively.
Dribble who, again, Collier is an excellent defense.
Building less than 48 hours ago. Minnesota battling for number 2. Fever trying to hold down number 6. And they
Talking, and they're not moving with the purpose.
Mitchell, some deep 2-point shots from Mitchell that we've seen in the third. As Collier working 78% free throw shooter. And Louisville coverage begins at 7 o'clock Eastern. It's the National Women's Soccer away. Way too easily there. Here's Collier going coast to coast. Second quarter. Mitchell trying to create, but everything difficult. Pick up the intensity defensively. Here's Williams firing it inside. Collier hangs with an 8-point lead. They have turned the tables here on Indiana. Mitchell get on. Fever had their way with it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana. Williams is
Lining up is something we've seen time and time.
Williams steps into a are stymied there by Carlton. Lynx has been out of sync. Clark driving on Carlton. Clark hit numbers, extra pass. Williams shot fakes the 3, pulls up, and connects. Season, or at least since the month of May. We'll get a brief rest on the bench. Mitchell stepping into a deep 2 inside. Look at the ball movement here from the Lynx and Hines Allen. That won't go. Lid on the rim here for Indiana. Boston into a quad. This really feels like a key moment in this game as Minnesota has been unrelenting. Hines Allen maybe shuffled her feet. Have just 10 in the third.
Which the Fever have an opportunity to do that here, but
except when they played Minnesota. Lynx won by 10 in.
have to be so solid to see if they can get some of the...
Heineman driving into Fag Benley, off balance, feeds in some. Good defensive sequence there for Minnesota. Mitchell on the drive, the floater.
Falling. See if you can make somebody fall.
With that high-low for Minnesota. Clark trying to create, find some space.
See more of those here in the quarter.
Hines Allen. And watched by Fag Benley. Collier lines up right with her. She's had a good game defensively. Clark's had a good one offensively. Heineman inside, deep position. Collier missed. Clark, Mitchell, wide open. Here of the fourth as Carlton tries to answer. Shot too strong. Game situations. Mitchell putting on the move. Shot off the mark there. Here tonight. Carlton, corner 3, held to 2 points. Here in the fourth after that 29-point mark on a handoff. Oh, had a moment there. Instead looking inside for Boston. 70% free throw shooter. And it is needed of her for this team to win, and at times that's to take a back.
Just her growth from last year to this year, even college to last year to this year hasn't been.
McBride extra pass. Williams steps into a 3. Can't
so many different platforms categories of the game.
Mitchell jumping up with Timmy Fag. Williams on a crossover. Williams gets inside, floats it. Cole turns the corner. Boston setting up Clark. Caitlin Clark summoning the sellout crowd to their feet. Here for at least a couple of minutes. Smith straight away. Hit looking for space. Feeds it into Boston. Boston one bounce. And late third quarter. They're struggling to get anything going offensively here. Williams launches and feeding it back for Boston. Inside, Samuelson open from the corner.
Block there by AB trying to get something going.
Williams 5 points. Clark, skip pass. Smith muscling inside. Mitchell launches and hit.
Not only from the crowd, but from his team.
Williams now free. Heineman on the drive. Bounce pass into the corner. Carlton launches.
With Carlton, you got to be able to know where she's at.
Clark, step back. League-defined clutch games. That's the second best record in the league. And Mitchell, step back. Minutes have shown out here tonight. Smith extra pass. Carlton, big shot.
Her teammates are looking for it.
The silencer from Bridget Carlton. Boston, hey, look at Carlton making another impact play. And
Led to another wide open three.
the lead is now 8. All of a sudden, nice job by Heidemann to evade it. Clark back for Samuelson. Hit lead. Heidemann driving on Samuelson. Gets by. 1 minute and 50 seconds. Give him. Couldn't get over the hump. Here is Clark. Difficult. Boston thought about the three. She'll hoist. Leaves it short.
Order, and it just made him pay bucket after bucket.
Carlton started all of this. A pulse. Benley back for a hole. 8-point game with under a minute left to play. Forced turnovers. Williams running into a double team. Dangerous pass hole nearly.
Her offense has woken up, and she's done a great job just finding.
Goes in on the playoffs. Connecticut right now a 4-point lead. So that break. Indiana trying to hold on to 6. Here's Mitchell running the
entirety of that second half.
They really set the tone. I think a little bit of momentum as they headed into the locker room, and it's
extremely difficult to stay mentally in it, so you have to be able to go.
Here's Benley from the corner of the season.